Welcome to CrimeOwl, where you can surface key lead suspect information and make connections in seconds or minutes instead of weeks or years. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to use CrimeOwl for investigations, which will eliminate a lot of the manual work that you have to do organizing and digging through files by hand. CrimeOwl does it automatically in just a few clicks. So what I'm going to show you right now is a cold case that was given to me by a cold case unit. And once you upload the files, it creates this dashboard. These are all the cases that I'm investigating. I can't see anyone else's cases. CrimeOwl is secure and encrypted, custom built on Microsoft Azure, which the government and law enforcement uses. What you upload here is safe and secure. No one else can see it. No one else can access it unless you grant them access. So with the Thistlewood case, you have this dashboard right over here. The first thing I like to start with is the relations dashboard. So when you upload the files, it automatically makes connections between the victim and the suspect. So let's look at what's going on here. This is the victim, Lacey Marie Thistlewood. And one thing everybody is very concerned about are AI hallucinations and ChatGPT and where are your files going. This is not ChatGPT. This is custom built. You can't do what CrimeOwl does on ChatGPT because you'll get blocked by the content filters. It will hallucinate too much. It will leave off information. So here we see that it's pulling context from documents. If you are concerned about hallucinations, you can spot check the AI right over here. But you see the victim analysis. It tells you the reason this is the victim, key findings, connections, and then recommendations. Investigate the background and activities of Patrick Glasgow as he was the last known person to see her alive. Explore potential connections with individuals mentioned in the report who may have had conflicts with Lacey Thistlewood, such as Daryl Moore. So you could be like, okay, that's an interesting name. Who is Daryl Moore? Then you can go to the AI chat. Let's start fresh. Who is, you're like, what's going on here? So Daryl Moore appears to be visually documented, likely a person of interest in the reference document. Not much textual data in there. Here's the information. Okay, well, kind of a dead end. Let's go back to the relations and see. The yellow are the suspects. So let's click on Jeremy. With Jeremy, 75% confidence he's the suspect. He may have had issues with the victim, came up in investigations. He has not been interviewed for this investigation, indicating a potential gap. Okay, so let's go back here. We see this right over here. And then tell me about and his timeline and how it relates to the victim. So it gives you some identity and context. And we have access to the most powerful models. What you use on ChatGPT is not the most powerful model. We have fine-tuned this over months, working with different investigators, different people to make sure it is fine-tuned for investigations. So here's his timeline. Jeremy and Sarah were in a room. Lacey Thistlewood had a room across the hall with a friend named Fuji. Who's that? You might want to make a note. Last time, Fuji was not letting her go. Interesting. Jeremy was in close proximity. Okay. So we have the assets. We can check those if we want. Let's go. And who is Fuji? Let's see. Fuji's reference is an individual with whom Lacey was staying at Crestwood. Okay. He had a room across from Jeremy Manuel and Sarah Foster. Fuji is identified as Jeffrey Fuji Davis. Okay, cool. Well, not cool, but I think you get the point there of how you can kind of bounce back and forth and check information. So let's look at this map. So this happened in Florida. These are all the key locations. We have, what's this work location of suspect? What's this? Work location of the suspect. We have the map here. We have a court order doc, might be worth looking at later. 60% relevance. You can check people's profile over here. Significant workplace of Juan Sanchez, a person of interest in the murder of Lacey Thistlewood. Juan Sanchez worked at Taylor Farms, located at 7492 Chancellor Drive on the day prior to the murder. Sanchez's cell phone records from this location may provide crucial evidence. Interesting. Could show Sanchez's movements. So connections found, 80% confidence. The murder of Lacey Thistlewood occurred on July 18th, shortly after Sanchez's work shift. Interesting connection there. Maybe we should look into Mr. Juan Sanchez a little bit more. Tell me about Juan Sanchez. Juan Sanchez is a co-worker of... Okay. How was Lacey killed? Ligature strangulation. Explain what this means as it pertains to this murder. Such as a shoelace, rope, or drawstring found around Lacey's neck over a ponytail, similar to construction, those used in Red Wing work boots. Construction. Who of the suspects could work in construction? Which of the suspects work in construction or contractor roles? Let's see. Okay, so these two work at Millennium Electric, an electrical contractor. Would either of these suspects wear Red Wing boots? Both. The FDLE shoelace report references a shoelace similar to ligature, suggesting the perpetrator may have had access. Interesting. Both work in individuals in these trades commonly wear work boots, including Red Wing brand. So we have a connection there, as you can see over here. So I think I'm going to wrap up this video. I think you can see how fast you can make connections, but I just want to show you one other example of how it looks on another. This is Shelton Sanders. Again, it's connecting victim to the suspect. You can click and analyze, and it's just basically your way to enhance your investigations, make it easier to spot clues and leads, and close these cases faster and solve these crimes faster, and just become a better investigator, eliminate the grunt work so you can use your creativity and intuition instead. I think this works great for investigators, media, entities like crime journalists, criminal defense attorneys, and law enforcement. So if you're interested, please reach out. I would love to work with you. Thank you.